You're sitting on the couch late at night, just relaxing after a long day. Your cat jumps up next to you like they always do, circles a few times, then settles down. You start petting them slowly and everything feels calm. They're purring, eyes half closed, looking completely comfortable. For a moment it feels like one of those perfect quiet moments that cat owners know so well. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, your cat turns and bites your hand. Not hard enough to do real damage, but enough to make you pull back and say, "What was that for?" Most people in that moment assume the same thing. They think the cat got angry or aggressive or just decided to be mean for no reason. But the truth is, a lot of the time that bite doesn't mean anger at all. It means your cat was trying to tell you something and the message got missed. What most people don't realize is that cats have limits when it comes to touch. At the beginning, petting feels good to them, relaxing even, which is why they start purring and leaning into your hand. But unlike humans, cats don't always enjoy long contact. What feels nice at first can slowly become too much, almost like a sensory overload building up under their fur. The strange part is they usually don't jump straight to biting. Before that moment happens, they give small warnings that are easy to ignore if you don't know what to look for. Their tail starts flicking a little faster, their ears shift slightly backward, their body gets tense even though they're still sitting there. Those are quiet signals that say, "That's enough now." When those signals don't work, the bite becomes their last way to stop the interaction. Once you understand this, something changes. Instead of waiting until your cat gets annoyed, you stop earlier while they're still relaxed. And when your cat learns that you respect their limit, they actually trust you more, not less. Sometimes the reason for biting starts much earlier, during play, without the owner even realizing it. A lot of people play with their cats using their hands. They wiggle their fingers, the cat pounces, grabs, kicks and bites, and everyone laughs because it looks cute. Feels harmless, just a little fun. But in your cat's mind, a very clear lesson is being learned. Your hand becomes a moving target, something to chase and catch. Once that idea sticks, it doesn't stay in playtime. The cat starts seeing your hand as prey even when you're not trying to play. So later, when you reach out to pet them, they grab your hand the same way they would grab a toy. You pull away quickly, and to your cat that looks exactly like something trying to escape. That movement triggers their hunting instinct even more, and the biting gets worse instead of better. The only way to change that habit is to be consistent. Stop using your hands as toys completely and use objects that keep distance between you and the cat. And when your cat grabs your hand, instead of pulling away fast, you stay still. A target that doesn't move stops being interesting, and slowly your cat learns that your hands are not something to hunt. There are also times when a bite has nothing to do with behavior at all. Sometimes it's about pain, and this is the one people miss the most because cats are experts at hiding when something hurts. In the wild, showing pain makes an animal vulnerable, so cats learn to act normal even when they're uncomfortable. They'll eat, walk, and sit like nothing is wrong until the moment you touch the wrong spot. Then the reaction is instant. A sharp bite, fast and defensive, like they're protecting themselves. That bite isn't anger, it's reflex. You touched a place that hurts, and their body reacted before they even had time to think. It could be something small like a sore muscle, or something more serious like dental pain, joint problems, or an internal issue you can't see. What makes this difficult is that the bite might only happen in one specific situation, so it's easy to think the cat just has a bad attitude. But sometimes that reaction is the only sign they can give that something is wrong, and noticing it early can make a big difference. Then there's the bite that happens so fast it feels like it came out of nowhere. No slow tail movement, no warning you noticed, just a quick snap and the cat jumps away. That kind of bite usually comes from fear. When a cat gets scared, their brain doesn't stop to figure things out. It reacts instantly to create distance. In that moment, you're not their owner, you're just something too close or too unpredictable. A loud noise, a sudden movement, picking them up when they weren't ready, or putting them in a new place can all trigger that reaction. Even if you think you're being gentle, if the cat feels trapped, their instinct is to get free as fast as possible, and biting is the quickest way to do it. The worst thing you can do in that situation is chase them, hold them tighter, or try to force them to calm down. The best thing you can do is give them space and let them relax on their own. When a cat feels safe again, they come back by choice, and that choice is what builds trust. Once you start looking at biting this way, everything changes. Instead of seeing it as random aggression, you start seeing it as communication. Sometimes the bite means stop, sometimes it means play, sometimes it means something hurts, and sometimes it means the cat is scared. Cats don't explain things with words, they explain with reactions. And the moment you learn how to read those reactions, your relationship with your cat feels completely different. The bites make sense, the tension disappears, and the bond becomes stronger because your cat knows you finally understand what they were trying to say all along.